of a complex issue that'll help you kind of understand some of the other concepts that we're going to get into earlier, especially when we deal with fractions. So we have factors and multiples. So a factor is a number that can be evenly divided into another number. So dividing. So factors are things that you can divide. So, for example, 2 and 3 are factors of 6, right? Because 2 can go into 6 3 times, 3 can go into 6 2 times, and if we were to multiply them together, we could get 6. So they're numbers that can be divided into our bigger number. 12, some factors of 12, 2 goes in it, 1 goes into 12, 4 goes into 12, 3 goes into 12, 12 goes into 12, etc., etc. And we're going to be looking at these closer. I just want to make sure you have the definitions and kind of a little bit of an understanding of them. So, for example, multiples of 4. So 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, then we have 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. We can keep going, right? 4 times 1, 4 times 2, 4 times 3, times 4, 4 times 5, 4 times 6, 4 times 7, 4 times 8, 4 times 9. Whatever we can multiply 4 by, these are all multiples of 4. So let's see kind of how that will apply mostly when we're dealing with fractions. It's really important to know that your factors and your multiples. So let's see. Let's look at factors of 24. And the way that I like to look at these, I'm going to go ahead and erase these notes so we have a little more room. The way I like to look at these is by seeing all of the numbers that can go into 12. Factors of 12. Looks a little ugly. So 1 goes into 12 times. And I'm going to see if I can meet in the middle of these numbers. So 2 divided by 12. And again, I can type these in my calculator. Okay, 12 divided by 2, what does that give us? Okay, 12 divided by 2 will give us 6. So I know 6 is also a factor of 12. Does 3 go into 12? Well, yes, 3 goes into 12 4 times. Well, look, we've met in the middle. There are no more numbers. So I know my factors are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. So what about factors of 144? Again, this is kind of a big number, but we're going to go ahead and look at it anyways. And again, you can grab out your calculator and you can try dividing these. So does 1 go into 44? Yes, 1 goes into 44 144 times. Does 2 go into 144? Well, yeah, 2 goes in there 72 times. Does 3 go into 144? Okay, so 144 divided by 3 will give me 48. Does 4 go into 144? Yes, 4 goes into 144 36 times. And again, I went ahead and did these all in my calculator beforehand because it's just easy to go, okay, 4 does it go in there? Does 5 go in there? Well, no, 5 doesn't go in there. So 6. 6 goes in there 24 times. We're getting close to meeting in the middle. 7. Does 7 go in there? No, 7 doesn't go in there evenly. 8. We have 8 goes in there 18 times. We're very close to meeting in the middle. 9. Yep, 9 and 16. Hold on. So if I look at that, I've kind of met in the middle. Those are only 2 apart. So these are all of the factors of 144. And I can just sit there in my calculator and go, okay, 144 divided by 1, 144 divided by 2, 144 divided by 3, and see what numbers I can get until I can make them meet in the middle. Let's do one more, and then I'm going to have you do 2 of these on your own. So we want the factors of 36. So let's start. 1 goes into 36 times. Does 2 go into 36? Well, 36 divided by 2 will give me 18. Does 3 go into 36? Yes. 3 goes into 36 12 times. Does 4 go into 36? Yes, 4 goes in there 9 times. So I'm getting close to meeting in the middle. Does 5 go into 36? No, that won't go in evenly. Does 6 go into 36? Yes, it's 6 times 6, so I've met in the middle. All right, so I'm going to give you 2 more to try on your own. Try to get all of the factors of these 2 numbers, and we'll come back and we'll review it again. Get the factors of 64 and 82. Again, the easiest way to do it is to go 64 divided by 1, 64 divided by 2, 64 divided by 3, and just keep going until you get whole numbers. If you get a decimal, that's not a factor. We need whole numbers. So 64 divided by 1 will give me 64. 2 can go into 64 32 times. And I can keep going. Okay, does 3 go in there evenly? Well, yes, 3 goes in there 16 times. Okay, does 5 go in there evenly? No. Does 6 go in there evenly? No. 64 divided by 7? No. 64 divided by 8? Well, yeah. 8 times 8 will give me 64, so I've met in the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 8, 16, 32, and 64 are all factors of 64. So let's look at 82, sorry. 1 goes into 82 times. 2 can go in there 41 times. And I can sit there and go 3, 4, 5, doesn't go in there. 6 doesn't go in there evenly. 82 divided by 7 doesn't go in evenly. 82 divided by 8. And I could keep going. But these are the only 4 factors of 82. So let's switch gears and let's start talking about multiples. Multiples are pretty straightforward. So let's find the multiples of 3. Up to 5 numbers. Let's only do 5 numbers. So we can do 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 4, 3 times 5. So that'll give me 5 multiples. So multiples of 3. These are all multiples of 3. This is a multiple of 3. You know, we could keep going to these huge numbers. We could say 3 times 1,342. That's fine. That'll give you a multiple. But I'm just going to practice using some of these littler numbers. So let's do one more. So let's do multiples of 8. And again, this is why it's helpful to know some of those multiplication tables. So let's go ahead and do this. 8 times 1 give us 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 5 is 40. So we have 8, 16, 24, 32, and 40, all multiples. So I'm going to give you 2 of these to do on your own. You only have to do 5 multiples, and that should be good. should have been able to do the multiples of 6 and 5. So again, we're just multiplying them to get some of our multiples. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3, 18, 24, 30. So multiples of 5 should have been really easy for you because you should be able to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So all of these are multiples of 5. So it's important to review these because we'll see how they relate. We're going to be talking a little bit more about factors and multiples in the next one. And then the next unit, we're going to be working with fractions. And that's where this stuff is going to become really important. So we're setting the foundation for working with fractions in the next unit.